What's going on, everybody? Dr. Genzo here. I know it's been a long time with another deck profile for you. Today we got Dakota with what you got for us today?
I have Bugs, aka BEETROOPER.
Bug.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let's not waste time with any cliche intros and get into it. All right, guys, let's get into it.
All right. So this is BEETROOPER. Contrary to popular belief, I really do believe personally this is a going second deck. I don't think it's going first deck. A lot of people try to set up, ooh, look, here's a board, try to break it. And it's a BEETROOPER. It doesn't have a big end board. But you know what it does have? Big ass bugs and easy way to get to those. So let's get into it, okay?
Now, before we get into this profile, do you take people's cards and throw them off boats as you are a bug player?
It depends if they have those cards insured or not. If they do, I will. We're both going to cash in. If not, then that's their problem, not mine. Okay, so first off, you have the tour guide for the deck. This right here is Buggy Scout. So he summons a copy of himself from anywhere except banished. So hand, deck, graveyard. He just summons it. Really solid card, level 3, helps you go into Cicada King, also is a bug, which does matter.
Do you run any of the level 3 supports that you see the Fan Line players running nowadays? Or like
No. So this deck is really iffy. Everything in your deck that extends has to be an insect, pretty much. If it's not, then it just kind of doesn't work. I've experimented with a lot of builds and they all have to be insects.
Alright.
You got Scale Bomber. So Scale Bomber is pretty cool. So if you normal or special summon an insect monster, what you can do with this card is that you can special summon it from your hand, and it triggers. So you normal summon this, its effect activates, then special summon this, so they can't ash this. They have to imperm or Valor it. Also, this thing is a Ghost Ogre by tributing another insect if it's on field. So if you have a bad hand, you might be able to slow your opponent down. Normal summon an insect, special summon this, set a card.
I didn't know that about that deck. That's a really cool interaction.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. It's nice that you don't have to play Ghost Ogre, because this is kind of Ghost Ogre. That's pretty much all it does. It's just an extra extender. It also is a BEETROOPER. The name is important. Then you have the absolute best card in the deck. This is Sting Lancer. Sting Lancer is a level 7.
I just got finished reading that effect. It's funny.
So this is a hand trap. So you target a monster in your opponent's graveyard and an insect in your grave. You shuffle them both back into deck. It's a quick effect on their turn.
So
Yeah.
it's an extender.
Yeah, it specials himself like it's an extender, and then when it's normal or special, it searches a BEETROOPER spell or trap. So you can search out, let's say, search out BEETROOPER Descent, the new ultra rare out of Burst of Destiny. You can search out the field spell. You can search out the trap. 99% of the time, you're going to search out the trap. If you already have it in hand, you're going to go ahead and grab the field spell extender. But this card is just nuts. This thing can stop cards from resolving fully.
Eldritch.
Yeah, yeah.
Or Invoke too.
Yeah, this card single-handedly can tackle the Eldritch matchup just by itself. It's just such a good card. It's such a big body. You can extend with it too. That's pretty much it for the main for like the big 3 main deck BEETROOPER monsters. There are 2 more coming in later, but we'll talk about when we get there. You have the most broken searcher in the deck. This is Resonance Attack. This is a non-once per turn at a level 5 or higher.
People were playing that in Digital Bugs whenever they came out.
Yeah. Like, this card is insane. Like, you search a level 5 or higher insect. So you can search Doomdozer, the new level 8, and you can even search Gendarla and Cucamongus, the kaijus. So this by itself can handle boards. It's when it's sent from field to the grave. It's nuts when you equip your armor horn with this card and link off into the 4 to go into this and just trigger it. Yeah. You can also use this if it's stuck in your hand. You can go into armor horn, normal summon this, and then special something else, and you can still get its effect like that by linking off into Picafalana. It's not once per turn.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and then when it's banished, which Doomdozer does, you dump an insect to grave. And a lot of people use a Gokipole engine, but I just... One, Gokipole is a really hard card to find around my area. And even kind of online, I don't really want to have to pay $2 for a 15-cent card. So, but either way, this card is absolutely nuts. You can even dump Buggy if you already have the trap in hand. There's a whole bunch of combo lines. Onto some Battle Wasp stuff, because these are insects and these are great extenders.
Battle Wasps?
Absolutely, it's bugs. This right here is a level 1 and is part of your OTK. All right. It is very essential to activate this effect. So when you can special summon it, if you control an insect, there's no restrictions on the card. You don't restrict yourself by locking into anything. You just go summon.
His profile?
Yes.
Check out Top Tier Gaming YGO on YouTube.
I said that in the last duel video.
Oh my god.
Every time Aaron duels, come on.
And that's another YouTuber right there. That's Patty. You don't even have to edit that out. I'm good with that. I'm good with that, honestly.
I don't really want to. Anyway, sorry.
All right, so you got 3 pin the bullseye. When this card, you can burn somebody once per turn for 200. You think that doesn't matter, but it does, because if you hit somebody with 5,000 off of Atlas and 2,800 off of Doomdozer, if you do just a little bit of math, and where did that come from? Right here, yeah. So I actually beat somebody in a case tournament yesterday just by doing that, just straight OTK'd him. It was.
What was your record in that case tournament, by the way?
I went 3-3. The deck kind of
It's still pretty impressive for a newer deck. You couldn't even use the newer stuff as well.
Yeah, I couldn't use the newer stuff. My biggest problem that I was running into was I just wasn't. After round 3, I was just drawing terrible. That's pretty much what it was. I would love to say that it was my play. I would love to blame myself for that, but I really can't. I did believe that every match that I played it as best I possibly could. But just that the hands really did fail me there. I'll say that. On to some 2-ofs. So this right here is Sting. So Sting is really cool. Sting searches a battle lost card from deck to hand. So you can search Aeroblast, but mainly you're going to search Pin the Bullseye. Search it, and then you can special summon it. But this also is an imperm. You tribute an insect you control and negate an effect. A monster effect.
Stoker and Imperm, jeez.
Yeah. One of the other BEETROOPER monsters is also like is also a Ghost Stoker, but it negates the effect. It negates and destroys. This does not destroy, but this one, really good card. I actually activated and resolved this yesterday, and it did this thing called Win Me a Game. It was awesome. New BEETROOPER stuff. This is a level 4 extender. It has a lot of card text. The only part of the card text that matters is that you can ban it. You can special summon this card by banishing 1 insect from your graveyard. That's it.
So just mini Doomdozer, basically.
Yeah, it's the replacement for that Aztekipede. Aztekipede's an expensive ass card. This is not. It's also a BEETROOPER card. So when this thing is destroyed by an opponent's monster by battle, you search a card. That will never come up. This card needed to be able to search a BEETROOPER monster when it's sent to the graveyard for a link summon of an insect monster, but they kind of failed on that. But other than that, the first part of the effect, absolutely fine. There's some interesting cards you can run. I have this set to the side. This is something I want to try. This is Traptrix Alamaris. It's an insect. You can special summon a level 4 lower insect from your grave. It succeeds, so you can run the Zeus package using some shenanigans with this. I want to see what I can do if there's anything there. I was going to try to use the digital bug package for that, but as it turns out, they're actually terrible. Aeroblast. This straight up just special summons an insect from grave that's level 3 or lower. That's all this does. This isn't. I mean, yeah, it's pretty solid. If it's destroyed by an opponent's card, it doesn't matter how, battle, card effect, whatever, you special summon a Battle Wasp in your deck, that most likely will never come up. Like ever. Period. But this is just an extra extender. It gives you.
Aaron likes to run torrential, so.
Yeah. But, I mean, besides torrential, if they torrential this, you're like, let's go. I did a weird motion with that. Don't worry about that. But this card is just an extra extender.
So I need face cam on these.
Yep. I'd love a face cam on that. Doomdozer, Cucamongus, and the new level 8 Ultra. So the fun fact about all these cards is that they're all searchable off of Resonance Insect. All of them. You can search this, you can search this. This is an extender by itself.
Yep.
That's all it's used for. You special summon it and then tribute it with Atlas. We don't use it for anything else that I've seen. You can search it off of Resonance. I mean, it's just a good card. Cucamongus, you can search this, it solves problems. It solves problems. There's a Dragoon. Are you sure about that? It's gone. Like even if you open this, and this is a card I would definitely want to bring some attention to right here. So I'm just going to read the effect text as is. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by shuffling 3 of your banished insects into your main deck. So you can't target extra deck monsters. During the main phase, if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed or banished by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card. You can only use this effect of Heavy BEETROOPER Mighty Neptune once per turn. And once per turn, during the end phase, you can target another insect, and it gains 1,000 attack.
Wow. That permanent buff?
Yeah, that's
Not
permanent.
bad.
Yeah, that's a permanent buff. So if you want a big-ass Sting Lancer, you can do that. This is also 3K. This is a 3K, level 8, free to summon. I mean, it's absolutely free.
Also shovels back when you banish off Doom Dozer, then you can go into a rank 8 play.
Yeah, the card text on this actually just reads recycle your resonance insects. That's all it says. It says it right there. And then just some fun little tech card contact. If you are a Tri Brigade player and you do not run ASA, or just a Yu-Gi-Oh player that plays Link cards in general, and you don't run ASA, you're going to have a terrible time. So this card prevents your opponent from using any other summoning mechanic if you do not use this card. So you time it right in Tri Brigade, and if they don't have ASA, you just summon this and then just pass. They cannot play past that. Period. It's a great one of anything more, and you're just really clogging up your stuff. That's it for all the extenders, all the main decks, like the main deck kind of necessary monsters. Hand trap time. Ash, Valor. All right, so now we go into the.
Sorry, yeah.
I'm not explaining that. You should know. So this is part of the going second package. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
It is very important to have this going
I'll
second.
be playing a go second deck without that card for sure.
Yeah, and the reason why this is in here over Droplets is because Droplets is $120 and this is $15.
At the cheapest.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So, I know it may be counterproductive to the strategy, but a lot of the times, BEETROOPER, all they really need to do is just out the board. A lot of decks just, if you can really work through what they have, some decks cycle through almost 3/4 of their extra deck turn 1.
A lot of decks these days can't deal with an OTK.
Yeah, they just like, oh, well, I just lose here. So that's why I'm running Dark Ruler. I do wish it was Droplets, I'll say that. I definitely wish it was, but it's really expensive if you don't have Droplets. Run this card. Just run it.
Yeah.
Have no shame.
And that would drop it.
It is okay to be broke sometimes. BEETROOPER Descent, this is a new card out of Burst of Destiny. It summons a token. And if you control an insect monster with 2,000 or more attack, it blows up a card on the field.
You actually got your second one over there.
Yeah, I'm debating on whether or not, I actually have 3 now, but I'm debating or not whether I want to run 3. Imperial Order is a hell of a card.
Yeah, it's a 1, but everybody has it.
Yeah, it's a hell of a card, bro. I mean,
It's a 1, but it's played like it's a 3. Like,
I mean, I'm honestly thinking about running it in here. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
Because
I used to run in my Evil Twins.
because once you get past a certain points, blue cards don't matter. They don't. This is your field spell. This is an extra extender, and if the insect type monster is destroyed, you create a token.
All right.
It's just simple. Caught by the Grave. Harpy's Feather Duster.
So why Feather Duster over like Twin Twisters or Cyclone?
To be perfectly honest, a lot of the times your spells don't really matter, right? They don't. So if you can lower your impact for your card count, like this is all monsters, man.
Yeah.
The deck needs to go Pretendo Extendo. You need to put the Extendo clip on the monsters. That's all you need to do. And once you get that done, like, this is just here just in case, right? So if they have the IO, they have the IO. I mean, there's not much you can do about that. But we do have a side deck for that, where you do side deck the back row hate. They're going to see my extra deck and wonder why I'm complaining about Droplets, by the way. Watch. 3 Imperm. Yes, these are the supers. They look great. Anything's better than the gold. Okay. BEETROOPER Fly Instinct.
What's that card do?
Okay, so this right here is a monster negate that can reset itself that doesn't banish itself. It is the only counter trap in the game that sets itself that does not banish after it's used like that.
Wow.
It just resets. You have to have a monster, an insect with 3,000 or more attack. That's its only condition. And you set it on your end phase. But it doesn't banish itself, which I find like appalling. That's disgusting. You just set set, set, set. It's quite literally there forever. So that's it. Pretty much it for the main deck. Extra deck is, oh god, it's so simple. So this right here is Armor Horn. Armor Horn gives you an extra normal summon.
That's a newer card, right? Or is it Dawn of
No,
Majesty?
this is from Dawn of Majesty. This gives you an extra normal summon, and it's an extender. You can banish 3 insects from your grave, special summon it from the grave, and it gives you an extra normal, which really helps. And the effect reads like Catastrophe, so once it activates, even if they impermanent, it's going to resolve regardless, and you still go to normal summon. Get the extra normal summon, just so y'all know.
Always nice dodging an imperm.
Oh god, yeah. Well, it's not even dodging it, you're just eating it.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Yummy.
okay. This is your big boy for the deck. This is cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. It can be destroyed by battle, so it's just like Dragoon. Yeah, it's just like Dragoon, except it's nothing like Dragoon. This card tributes an insect that you control, special summons a BEETROOPER from your deck, or it gains 2,000 attack, which makes it 3k. Or 5k, which is part of your OTKs that you do, which I did mention earlier. This is how you do that.
Those link arrows pretty nice too.
Oh god, yeah, I like perfect link arrows. I wish it said monsters that this card points to. That would have been so good. Like they summon Dragoon in the wrong zone, and you're like, give me that. Pay cost, negate this. But no, it's pretty good. Pico Falana. It's crazy that this card finally came up and not even in its own archetype. This card, the only text that matters is you can discard a card, equip an insect from deck. So what it says is that equip Residence Insect from deck. That's what it says. It's also a small pot of avarice where you get to draw a card, but most of the time that's not really going to come up. If it does come up, you've probably used a lot of resources and have like 1 or 2 cards in hand, and those 2 cards don't matter. But if it does come up when it matters.
And here's a little tangent we can go off of here now that this card's come up. Why not run the other Insector type packages in the main deck as well?
I actually did try that. The problem with it is that it didn't matter how many normal summons you had, it wasn't enough. You had 3 Centipede, I had 2 Centipede, 2 Dragonfly, a Hornet, a Gigamantis, and 2 Excaliburs in there. You needed 7 normals. That was like almost 9-10 normal summons. Way too much. It just bricked. Like, I would have something stuck in hand, I just couldn't use it. Hands would be bricky, the board just wasn't good enough, and you just had to cut it.
Alright.
Hopefully their new support does do something for them.
They're 1 card.
Yep.
They're 1 card they get.
This is a Link 2 insect. The text doesn't matter. It's just a Link 2 insect that doesn't lock you. Yeah, all the BEETROOPER links soft lock you into insects. But you can use this, go off, do that. This is a Link 3 insect. That's all that matters. That's it. This is a very interesting card, and I'm really glad it exists. First off, it is an extender. Every time it changes battle positions, it special summons an insect from your graveyard. It's also a monster negate. So you can detach for cost. It switches positions once it negates, and then special summon whatever was detached, which is Buggy, and then Buggy will activate. So you get an extra summon on their turn.
Alright.
1 Great Fly. This is a Link 2 insect. That's all that really matters. Unicorn. It's a Link 3. Gets rid of stuff.
Gets rid of IO.
Yeah, and I know I complained about droplets. Don't at me. Access code. Yeah.
At him. At him hard.
You have to run this card. How do you get this card? Very simple. Don't be broke. Or have friends that have extras like I do. I'm broke right now. I can't afford it. Yeah, I can't afford this card.
I can't afford access code.
Yeah, like this card's it's insane, but I had multiple times yesterday where all I had to do was summon this and it just won the game. Because
Now, to shout out those progression series on YouTube and everything, Inset Barrier. Right, yay or nay?
this is not LOB format. Oh my god. I will say cards to definitely pick up. Power Filter. Pick up a Power Filter. Or 4. Or 12. Look. That's it.
Are you looking for any of the other new cards for the deck, like Lost World or something that could, or Small World that could run in that? Sorry,
No.
just got done playing against Dinos.
No, I am not. honestly, only three cards are worth playing, and they're all one-ofs. The only reason I'm running the level 4 is because it extends by itself. Otherwise, I would not be running it. I just wouldn't. Like, the level 8 is really good for the deck. I don't know who designed that fusion, but they personally need to be brought to a field and put down. That is man, it's so bad. Honestly, I hope you don't get demonetized for that.
All right, I'll censor it if I have to.
Hey, all right.
All right, this is Doc Jinzo, guys, signing off. Remember to sub to Top Tier Gaming YGO.
Also,
apparently.
like, sub, and subscribe to this channel.
All right, cliche, show himself promo time. All right, this is Doc Jinzo, sign off, guys. Have a good one.